Now I'm just going to give you some tips for breeding fighting fish. Obviously the issue with fighting fish is that they are going to attack each other if you put the males together, and that's pretty much true for the females as well. So what I actually normally do is get a nice aquarium like this one. This tank is not set up to be a fighting fish tank, this is just a display tank in the shop. But see, there's the females there. And what I'll actually do is get a tank sort of around this size, 20 or 30 litre, and then I will put one single male into that tank, and I'll let him establish and build himself a bubble nest. He'll usually build a bubble nest like in the corner, say there, or in one of the quieter corners. I usually will have a little filter in there, just because the tank is going to be relatively well stocked, so you're going to want a filter in it. Then I'll put all of my females into that tank with the male until I see bubbles, until I see eggs that are in the bubbles. So therefore I can tell that they've bred. At that point I'll pull all the females out and put them back into their small containers again. Preferably not as small as these. These are just display containers that we use to sell the fighting fish from. You really wouldn't want them any smaller than something like that. You want to have some room where they can swim around. 4 litres is really the minimum you want to think about. Then once the bubble nest is established and the eggs are in the bubble nest, in a few days the eggs will hatch. Then once the eggs hatch, I will usually leave them in there, leave the male in there for a couple of days, then remove the male and then just put him in another little container, because after a couple of days the male will start to attack the, often eat the babies. So then at that point the male's in another container, and this tank is totally free with about 30 or 40 little baby Siamese fighting fish that you can grow up in this tank. And I just feed them on crushed spectrum pellets. Then once they're at a size where you can actually sell them off or get rid of them, then you can do the same process again. And remember that they're only an annual fish, so living a couple of years in an aquarium is pretty standard for these guys.